All right, we're back at it. You know the drill. It's Fourth and Forever. This is a very special guest, somebody near and dear to my heart because he's a USC alum. He's a Long Beach native, born at Long Beach Memorial Hospital, just like yours truly. JuJu Smith-Schuster, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming on.
Oh, what's up, man? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
First of all, I got to understand, you were born John Smith. For people who don't know, explain the story behind your name change.
Yeah, growing up as a kid, bro, everyone called me everyone called me JuJu, but on my, at school it was John Smith, and people always make fun of me like Pocahontas, or I used to say, in the SAT it's like the basic name for like the example question. It's like John Smith, and it was so funny. But my stepdad came into my life. And then I added Schuster. His last name is Schuster. I kept Smith to honor my two aunties, who were really good friends to my mom. So now it's JuJu Smith-Schuster. Not a lot of people know that my name is John, which is so funny. So I always have like a trivia question, like, "What's my real name?" And I'll get a free autograph, and that's so
perfect.
Funny.
Talk about growing up in LA, and you have this huge family. You're the second of 7 children. Talk about the sacrifices your parents had to make and a special gift you might have got for your dad.
Yeah, man. So my parents made a lot of sacrifice. Moving from house to house, family to family. We only had one car, so my dad had to take the bus and then walk to work. So he will walk to he'll get dropped off to the bus. And then he'll take the bus and he'll walk probably less than a half a mile to work. And then he would just do that because my mom would use a car to take us to school. And, growing up, me and my sister, middle school was separated from elementary. And then when we were in high school, then the other kids were in middle school. So my mom had to make a few stops before she had to go to work. And then, obviously being drafted and, with all that comes, the money and everything, I had to surprise my dad with a brand new truck, 2020, which is really nice. And it's just a blessing, man. You can see that all the stuff that he's done for us, all the sacrifices they've made, and, just to pay him back was just with a nice truck.
I love that story, and it's important for people to understand, like, not just going to school in different schools, your parents taking you all over the place, but you had after-school activities. You got to be there on time. I mean, that's a lot going on. So that's a great story about your parents and what they did for you, and then how you repay them back. I think that's beautiful.
For sure.
What about, so you have this very physical style of play, and I have a theory on why. One, you got this Samoan background. They're just the tough people in general. But you used to play rugby, bro, and now it all makes sense. When we're doing research on these interviews and I see rugby player, I'm like, all right, this tells me everything I need to know. Explain rugby to me, and why did you stop playing?
Man, so I got into rugby because I hated running track. I hate to be the guy, last 4x4, JuJu, we need you. And the last one, I'm just like, oh my God, I just want to go home. So, being Samoan in my family said, just try rugby. So I played rugby for 6 years. And I stopped playing because, scholarships started to come in, full rides, to go to different universities. And I was like, man, I'd rather take the full scholarship to play football than to play rugby. I mean, this for your own self, playing around Samoans and Polynesians, how tough they are. So, I get that from my background, and I just changed that over to being on the field and just being more physical than anybody else. And just, I love doing the dirty work.
I love it. That's why you're perfect for Pittsburgh, the Steel City, baby. Talk about your early years in Snoop's football league. What was that like? And, I mean, seeing him around, he's an icon all over the world, but especially in Long Beach. And that's where you're growing up playing ball. What was it like playing in his league?
Oh, that was awesome, man. This league, it was cool for kids who were overweight. The kids, mainly O-linemen, obviously O-linemen, D-linemen, just because, they made the age requirement, but they couldn't make the weight requirement. So Snoop kind of brought that to us, and it's like, hey, man, everyone's going to play up age. There's no weight limit, and you're playing against the best of the best. And it was a cool experience. I had the experience of playing with some really cool dudes, being around, D'Anthony Thomas and stuff like that, and looking up to him. Snoop was awesome, man. As a coach, he was the coach that I was player first coach, and obviously he'll go about the books, but he knew football, man. He knew what he was talking about. He was always fun, always high at practice, in the game. So we had a great time, man. As kids, you just you really don't look at him as a coach. You look at him as wow, an idol.
That's funny you bring up making weight. Dude, I remember going to a sauna to try and shed a couple pounds just to make Pop Warner weight limits. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm glad he finally did that, and I wish it was around when I was playing. We're talking about famous dogs right now.
Yeah.
There's a famous dog that resides with you. His name's Boujee. Where'd you get the name? What's the deal with Boujee? Are you the official agent of Boujee? I mean, there's a lot that comes with this, but he's got, like 260,000 Instagram followers? That's insane to me. So explain Boujee to somebody who might not know him.
All right, so Boujee's a French bulldog. He's a blue brindle dog, and I got Boujee from California, 4 hours above San Francisco. He came in with me into my rookie year, 2017. So I came to Pittsburgh, and I was all by myself, and I was like, man, I need, companion. And, having a dog is awesome. You come home, no matter what mood you're in, if you had a bad day, good day, at work, he's always happy to see you. The reason why I picked Boujee, because, he's living a bougie lifestyle, gets whatever he wants, eats whatever. I spoil him. One of the craziest gifts I got Boujee was a $30,000 chain that said Boujee's iced out. It's ridiculous. And he became famous on Instagram, verified. It's so funny, a dog like that, who can get, so much clout. And I'm his official, manager, owner. So, I get 20% of everything he does, marketing-wise. So, and he gets the rest of the 80. But it's awesome, man. I think having him, he does so much for me.
The rest goes to his college fund, or what? What's that all about?
Yeah, now the rest goes to all his dog dates, the parks, traveling. As of right now, for his birthday, he asked me to fly out his mom and his siblings all across the world. So we're working on that right now.
All right, tell him happy birthday for us.
I appreciate that.
Let's get back to Long Beach for a second. From Long Beach Poly, you're a jackrabbit. You commit to being an Oregon Duck. What made you change your mind to USC? I'm glad you did that. That was your best decision ever.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to go to Oregon, man, just because I wanted to be different, not too far away from my family. I wanted to be too close. They also have Polynesians there too, which is really cool. But one thing that made me stay home was, I wanted to be, I wanted to go to my own church on Sundays, and that's what they offer. Being able to be closer to my family. And to be, with the same people I've been going to church since I was a kid was something that was always dear to my heart. And then also, too, I think Sarkisian was coming into USC. T-Warren was there, too. So the whole coaching staff was just a vibe that I love. And my mom, man, you could see her cry on signing day that, I reached for the Oregon and I ended up grabbing the USC, put it on, and she was probably the most excited woman in that building. So I do not regret my decision, man. So fight on.
Other than, you have this prolific college career. This is a story that I want to share about you. I remember seeing you for the first time in person. I'd seen you play before, but I see you on like a Friday morning workout, and you guys are doing the early workout on the track field, the turf field at USC. I remember somebody came out wearing like blue shorts, like baby blue shorts, or like royal blue shorts, kind of like UCLA colors. Bro, you send him back in the locker room, and you're like, we don't wear that here. Get that shit out of here. And send his ass back to the locker room. He came back out. I was like, damn, this dude's awesome. That was my first impression of you.
Yeah, man. So, when you go to USC, it's a tradition, we don't change jerseys. We don't add last names to jerseys. We're one, we're unity, one sound, for the whole team. And this guy comes out, man. He's like, bro, we don't wear that out here, man. Like, that's not your uniform. Like, you go change. Like, go get some shorts that's, appropriate. Because that's not how we rock. And, when you play for USC, that tradition, this is still in you. So, and that's how I feel how it's here in Pittsburgh, too. Like, it's so traditional, and you just can't get out of those ways, man. And like I said, you got to respect, the Trojans, the fight on, everything that has to come with this. So, yeah, man, we don't play around, man.
Where do you think SC's at right now? What do you think they need to do to try and turn things around? I love Keaton Slovis. I think they're on the right track. What do you think gets them over the hump?
Okay, honestly, man, what I believe, man, I think because of the whole COVID situation, it's been tough, not be able to have these games, but I'm happy, we're able to get these games going. And I don't know how it's going to be. It's going to be a slow, maybe a fast start, but how we always been, bro, we always just throw the ball, run the ball. But at the end of the day, I think where it's really at is defense. It's all about how good your defense is. People say defense wins championship, and you've been a part of that. And for me, I think me being playing for the Steelers, our defense is doing an amazing job. If there's no points on the board, and it's even. And then the offense come in, they execute, special teams, they do their job. So I'm super excited, man, to see what USC has in store.
Yeah. I agree. Do you have any first impressions of me? I like to ask guests. There's always some funny ones because I am a little quirky. I'm a different kind of guy, but anything you remember that sticks out?
Man, honestly, bro, like I grew up, so like obviously being from LA, Long Beach Poly, like I grew up like USC was everything. Like we didn't have an NFL team, so
Right.
I get that question a lot. Like, who was your NFL team? And I was like, man, USC. Like those days was like you guys were like superstars to like that point. And that's what I wanted to ask you. And I was like, I watched all the games and everything, like the Bush Push and everything, like playing against Notre Dame, like UCLA. Like I've always wanted to ask you, like, how was it like your day, like living in a like being you, like going to school there, like living a life of like being a superstar.
It's probably like walking around being JuJu Smith-Schuster in Pittsburgh, bro. I mean, everybody shows you love. Everybody's so excited for what you got going on the field, and you can't wait for practice. Like I'm in class thinking about writing papers and doing all this stuff, and then I'll just start thinking about like, oh shoot, we're installing red zone today. Damn, we're gonna throw these touchdown passes against UCLA. We got a big trip to Notre Dame. Like you're always thinking about playing, and the pep rallies, standing on the ladder with the sword, the band, everything. Like you're the quarterback at USC, and you're good at the time. They got a song for you, the band, like the whole thing. Your family's there at all the games.
Yeah.
People are wearing like the Mexican wrestler masks, like I was just like, dang, this is so crazy. And then you just snap back into like football mode of like, all right, I got to focus. So it was an incredible time.
I have another question. So
Yeah.
were you like, did you actually do your homework? Like, did they actually make you do like, did you have to do that part?
Yeah, bro. I had to do my homework.
Okay.
I had
And
to
then
do my
also too,
homework.
like, did you ever have to have security around you, like being around campus?
So they'd have DPS there because when you'd walk out to practice, people would try and stop you for autographs and stuff like that. And so you'd end up being late if you say yes to everybody. So they would have people like that. But like during the week, people were usually cool, try to respect your time. But everybody, everybody wants a high five. Everybody wants to say what's up. Everybody says good luck in the game. But to the point where I had to do my homework, bro, I'm getting ready for pro day. This is after our season, after we won the Rose Bowl. I declared to go to the draft. And on that day, I had, it was a Wednesday, it was like April 1st or something, but we had a group project, a presentation. And I was like the leader of our 5-person group. And so she went by last name on when you can present. And I said, hey, I asked the teacher, like, can I go a little bit earlier? I know my last name's S for Sanchez, but is there any way we can go early? I have essentially a job interview for the NFL today at noon. And she's like, well, class gets out at 11:55, so you'll have time. And I was like, I understand, but we're the last group to present. Can we please go earlier so I don't have to run over there? She's like, well, I'm not going to give you special treatment because you're a football player. I was like, damn, okay.
Damn.
So I literally thank you guys, boom, ended the group presentation and just sprinted to the field, threw on some stuff in the locker room and started warming up literally for like 30 NFL teams. Like in 5 to 7 minutes, I was already ready to go for this huge day. So yes, I had to do my homework and group projects and all that crap that comes with college. But
Bro, can I tell you my experience on my pro day at USC?
Yes, please.
So basically, the night before, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend, and then we come in. We have like this biggest argument, over something that's like we shouldn't have. I literally don't sleep at all. I'm up to like 6:30, 7:30 a.m. Literally talking, trying to figure out what we're gonna do, with football and everything. So I literally get no sleep. I go to my pro day. I literally dominate it in everything I do. After that, I go home and I crash the whole night. It's so funny. I was like, there's no way I just did that, man. And it's just so funny. Like, I literally had to rush over, put on the thing, go out there, run for 10 minutes, and then boom, run to 40. It was like the first event for me. But it
all
was,
adrenaline, bro. All adrenaline.
Man, it's so fun.
I love it. Give us some insight on this wide receiver room you guys have put together in Pittsburgh. You're a part of this lineage of great wide receivers in Pittsburgh. That has to feel good. It's you, Chase Claypool, Washington. What do these guys add, and how have you taken over that leadership role in that room? Because you're the guy now, right? You came in, Antonio Brown was still there. He kind of had you under his wing. And then when he's gone, what's it like? And that, your relationship with him and how you've learned from that to be the big brother essentially to these guys.
Yeah, man. So, at the time, coming into my rookie year, I was like, man, like, it's just cool. I was one of those guys that, I just kept my head down, just work, work, work. Don't say too much. Follow AB's lead. And then obviously the situation that happened with AB, it kind of like went sideways, and then he ended up leaving. Me being in the room, I had to play with 4 different wide receiver coaches up until now, and I'm into my 4th year, right? Every year the Steelers has drafted their wide receiver. They drafted me, they drafted James Washington, they drafted Deontay Johnson, they drafted Claypool. So now I'm the youngest in the room, but I have the most experience, besides Claypool being the youngest at the time, being now. But I have the most experience because, I played with Ben. I've been in here for 4 years, and I have to, lead these guys. And so I go from 0 to 100, a guy who's always quiet, doesn't say much, come in, do the job, and then leave. And I'm the guy, in the room, we got to be on time. We got to do this, do that. We got to take notes, watch film. This is what we see. And it's so different for me, man. So I kind of it just snapped, right away. But what I love about my receiver group is that we're young, energetic. We have guys who just constantly just go. James is 24, and I'm 23, and Chase is 22. So Ben just has a lot of young guys who just knows their play. And when we go no huddle, man, that's what we love. We love to just go no huddle and just call our own plays, go out there, dominate, and just play fast. And that's what I said, man. Everyone's fun. Everyone's for each other. No matter if, Chase gets 4 touchdowns, we're all happy. No matter if James gets a touchdown. No matter if I get 2 catches for 18 yards the game, I'm happy. I can't complain. We're 5-0. It's working. So at the end of the day, man, I'm just happy that we have a lot of unselfish guys in our locker room.
Yeah, I mean, you listed off the ages of those guys, 22, 23, 24. One, physically, guys like that at that age in the NFL, you could run all day. So that's awesome. From a quarterback perspective, I'm like, this is perfect. We could just go fast break, no huddle all day long. These guys can run, right? But then you think, okay, maybe because they're young, they're undisciplined, or maybe, they'll be a little jealous of somebody else getting their shine. But, bro, you guys, it's so obvious in your celebrations. You guys are so happy for each other. You guys are doing, I don't even know what video games those are, but you're doing these crazy-ass celebrations. You guys go block. You guys block your ass off for Connor. I mean, it's incredible. And that's not easy to get wide receivers to do that, right? Like you talked about doing the dirty work. It's a part of who you are, and it's a part of being a Pittsburgh Steeler, it seems like, from the outside. But, man, it's impressive to watch. I love watching you guys play, man. It's fun. You genuinely care for each other.
It's a love for, for each other, and, the game might not go your way, but one thing that Ben always tells us before the game is that, you don't have to be great individuals, but if we're good collectively, we're a great team. So that's all that matters.
Give me your favorite Coach Tomlin story, and how does it feel having his trust as the leader in the wide receiver room?
Man, so I can give you 2 stories. So having his trust is amazing. One thing about Coach Tomlin, what I love about him, throughout all my head coaches I've ever had, he's very transparent. He's very direct, very forward. He'll tell you if your job's on the line, you lose it. He'll put it up in the team room. Everyone sees it. Everyone knows, hey, JuJu, your job's on the line. There's another guy like you out there we can go get. And, some coaches, they don't even do that. Some coaches, they shy away from that. They pull you to the side, they tell you. But for Coach Tomlin, now he let it be known. So one of the stories is that, if you're ever late, or say if you miss meetings, or if you miss, weighing, one thing he does is called bang, bang, bang. So every time he says bang and he points at you, that's a $5,000 fine. Oh. So one time I was late and I missed weigh-in. It was on Thursday. He weighed in Thursday. So he said, bang, bang, boom, 10,000. I was like, ooh. And then I was a rookie at the time, so I was still getting used to the flow and everything, and it wasn't the best. And then another time I almost got fined. He didn't fine me though. At training camp, AB always runs out. He always runs out. He's always the last one to run out, right? Everyone's chanting, AB, AB. And then next, I'm running out behind him. And if you run out behind AB, because AB was always late, and if you run out behind AB, you're just super late, 20 minutes late, even though you're right behind him, or even side by side. He pulled me to the side. He was like, man, I'm going to find you so hard, I'll make sure your grandkids don't go to college. And I was just like, oh my God. So then ever since then, I was like, okay, I will never do that again. Never cross path, always be on the good side.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit to more NFL stuff and talk about the COVID situation. How do you think the NFL's handled it and the rescheduling? Because you have a unique insight into this. The Titans game, your guys' Titans game got moved.
Yeah.
So then explain when exactly is your bye week? Do you get a bye week? How did it all work out?
Yeah, man. So we're playing against the Titans week 4. Don't have a game, obviously because of COVID and everything. So we're supposed to play them. Our coach tells us we're supposed to play them Tuesday. Thursday morning, he tells us we're playing Tuesday night, okay, against the Titans. After practice, the Titans pretty much, push the game back, so they move our bye week. And we play the Titans actually this week now.
Right.
We're going to travel, play against them this week, and we don't have a bye week. So we had our bye week 4, which sucks because, usually our original bye week was week 8.
Yeah.
And it kind of messed everything up for us. So now we're playing 13 games straight with no bye week. And you know how that is. It takes its toll on your body. What I think is, I think this, if we still have people getting tested and it's still positive, I mean, they're going to push the season at least another month, into February and pushing the Super Bowl and Pro Bowl 2 weeks later, in March. And I'm not saying it's not a problem, but it's definitely going to take a toll on guys' body. And it's definitely, when you run out of bye weeks of moving games because people are getting tested positive, it's going to be tough,
Yeah.
People are also talking about, having a bubble for 32 teams. And it's like, where do you have a bubble for 32 teams and how do you do that with so many teams and not enough football fields? And, we can get hotels and that's fine. But at the end of the day, you can't play on the same field,
Right. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
I could see it happening maybe for the playoffs, with a certain number of teams, like 7 and 7
that's a good
or whatever.
One. Yep.
But 32s, I mean, you'd have to just get so much real estate and so many fields and so much infrastructure to make that happen. That'd be tough. But you guys do play the Titans, like you said, a battle of the undefeated teams. What keeps you guys undefeated this week?
Stopping Derrick Henry, honestly.
Are you going to strap up and play defense? Are you going to play defense? What if Coach Tomlin says, Juju, I need you to play defense or bang, Boujee ain't going to college?
I'm going in. I'm playing in the box. I'm playing in the box.
Let's go.
No, but honestly, it's just stopping. We got to stop the run game. That's like their biggest threat, and play action. I think that's where where they see a lot of their success at. And I think offensive side, I think we'll take care of the ball.
What about your former teammate Le'Veon Bell going to the Chiefs? What do you think he adds to that explosive offensive unit already? I mean, that was crazy. I can't believe it happened, but it seems like the best for both sides, right? I think it was a square peg, round hole with the Jets. It just didn't work, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens, but now he's got a chance to really prove himself. What do you expect from him on the Chiefs?
I mean, I think Le'Veon Bell missed winning, man. I think when he was at the Steelers, he loved winning. And, you go to the Jets and, you have a tough situation you're in. But what I expect, man, I mean, after watching the Bills game, Clyde rushing for 160-plus yards.
Yeah.
And they have multiple running backs just doing it. Now you're going to add Le'Veon Bell, a guy who can also run routes and catch the football.
Yeah.
Bro, they have so many weapons, man. It's scary. It's tough. But I wish him nothing but the best. I think he's gonna have a great year. So I can't wait to see what he does.
I do too. I totally agree. Another one of your good friends, Tua Time in Miami. He gets named the starter. Have you talked to him yet?
I haven't talked to him yet, man. I'm letting it soak in, man. Usually I talk to him like midweek.
What are you gonna say to him? Obviously, congratulations, but what do you expect from him?
Man, like I said, I'm gonna congratulate him and just say, yo, how was it? How was your experience and everything? But his first throw got a completion, getting the first 2. I am just so excited, man. Well, Fitzpatrick's doing an amazing job. He was leading the team.
I know.
And I think Tua, having Fitzpatrick as a leader is awesome too. It's cool. You can see Fitz happy on the sideline too, rooting for Tua, to be great. So, and even the fans in Miami, man, they're loving him. So, obviously he's a young guy. Has a lot of experience playing, with Alabama and stuff like that. And, going to Miami, a team that's struggled the past couple of years, I think what he's bringing to the table is, what Tua does. He loves winning, and I feel like that's what he's going to be doing in the future.
That's great. I mean, they're 3-3. They have a chance to win their division, which is crazy. They make a huge quarterback change mid-season, and it looks like Fitz is on board. It looks like they have a great relationship, so you bring up some good points, but we're definitely wishing him the best. He's been on the show before, so I love him. He's a really likable guy, like I said. But, okay, I want to ask you about some of the top DBs you played against. These are called JuJu's Gems. All right, who's the toughest man-to-man cover corner that you've ever faced?
Bro, honestly, I would say Marlon Humphrey.
Okay.
Playing against him back to back multiple years in Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. He's just a tough guy, and he just keeps getting better and better. Watching him this season, he's doing his thing, so I'm excited for that matchup. Stephon Gilmore was cool. He was fun. I wish I had more targets going against him. It just shows that his man-to-man wasn't all that. I also think Ramsey was cool, but he holds a lot. I would like to go against Lattimore. Lattimore looks nice. I think this year I don't really have nobody on our schedule besides Humphrey. Other than that, I don't really. I can care less about anybody else.
Just go ball.
Just go ball.
I love it. You are such a dynamic human being. You have this incredible personality. You're very outgoing. I feel like you represent this new age of professional athlete. You're in the spotlight, but your social media and your YouTube channel, you're a video game star. You have this incredible platform. Explain where all that comes from, where you're going. Team Diverge. Explain that to us, because that's your new gaming company. You played Fortnite with Ninja. I mean, you're this next level guy that really I think is going to be representative of a lot of these newer, younger kids that are involved in all these platforms. What's that like being a pioneer in this space?
Man, I've always seen myself to be, think outside the box. At first, I wasn't a big fan of social media. And then at first, I was like, man, I got to, start social media. I always thought it could be a negative thing. I kind of like Marcus Mariota's strategy, just not having it and just stay off of it. Because if you don't have it, it doesn't affect you.
Right.
So when I started, I was like, man, I want to just show more of my personality. I'm fun, I'm going. I like doing YouTube videos. I like making funny videos. I like doing TikTok dances, all this other thing, playing video games. And I was like, I have to take this to a whole nother level, because as football players, we wear a helmet 24/7, right. So it's tough for us to show our face. And for myself, I was like, I want to make myself a brand outside, because when football's done, what do you have left?
Right.
And I want to be able to, like I said, I started Team Diverge. The meaning of Diverge means diverse. So pretty much I'm the bridge between, athlete gamers and regular gamers, and also musician, students, anybody who may think that you're an actual gamer. This is something I want to bring to you. And, playing with Ninja and Drake and Travis Scott, I think that was a really cool deal that kind of opened up the stage and opened up my eyes. Hey, yo, I think if you start a gaming team, I think it'll really shock the world. So I do a lot of outside stuff, man. And I think it's pretty cool to do that and show what you're really made of.
It's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch. Talk about your love for the city of Pittsburgh. Very different from where you grew up in Long Beach, but it seems like Pittsburgh loves you. You're their media darling. These people in the city there. It's a tough city too. There's no, they don't like any extra fluff and all that BS. They're just all about winning ball games, and they're a very blue collar city. So how is somebody like you who has that crossover appeal, who's so dominant on all these platforms, how have you ingratiated yourself with the city of Pittsburgh?
Coming here, man, it was awesome, man. Coming from a big city to a small city, one thing I always tell people is that, LA is home, fun, outgoing, and I can do that during the off season. So that's nice. Where I'm coming to Pittsburgh, small city, I come here to work for 6 to 8 months, and it's just I love it here. The fans are amazing, diehard fans, whether you're up or down, they're going to ride for you. And, being around Pittsburgh, people love me. So I think it's really cool. I love it here. Like I said, blue collar, something that I've always been about, doing the dirty work. And that's what they love. I think when I got drafted here, I had the opportunity to talk to Troy Pomalu about it. He was like, man, you're going to love the city. I talked to Hines about it. Hines said, man, they're going to love you. I play like Hines, so it's really cool, man. And then I talked to Lynn Swan. Lynn Swan's like, man, it's such a beautiful city, and when you come through the tunnels and you see Pittsburgh is just wow, man. Fun fact, Pittsburgh has 463 bridges, and it's you don't even know things like that, and it's just man, I love it here. So like I said, the people are amazing, the fans are awesome, and like I said, I don't mind staying here for another 4 years.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's awesome, man. I'm so stoked for you. Thank you for doing this. I wanted to make sure we pushed all the proper handles. So Team Diverge is the gaming. JuJu, obviously your Instagram and stuff. Your YouTube channel is?
JuJu TV.
JuJu TV. Nailed it. Are you giving Claypool any pointers on this kind of stuff? Because I see he's jumping into that space too.
Yeah, so Claypool.
So are you guys like cool about it, or is there like some friendly competition? How does that work?
Nah, he's like he asked me all the questions, bro. He was like, "Who's your photographer?" He was like, he just started TikTok, and I was like, "Bro, you gotta do TikToks every time. Like right after the game we win, just do a TikTok." So he's been doing a lot of TikToks, and he's doing a lot of YouTube stuff. So he's so funny, man. He's okay. He's like a mini JuJu, but like you're getting there. We're working to something great.
Are you charging him for this? You're giving away free information, bro. You better start charging him.
Well, one thing I do charge him. So I do charge him. Actually, I use his charging station for the Tesla. So he charges my car. He pays for it every time. So
that's right, rookie. That's right,
rookie baby.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it, JuJu. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Take care. Have a nice day.
Bye on, man.
Bye on, baby.
Like, share, subscribe, at Mark_Sanchez, at Fourth and Forever, Instagram, Twitter, all that. You know where to go. Thanks again for having us, and we'll see you soon.